Hi everyone. We're going to start off by sitting on our mats today. A lot of this yoga stretch sequence is going to be sitting and lying down, but it's still going to be really helpful for those hips. We're going to really be driving the hips, hip mobility, hip opening, glute activating. We're also going to be working on the thoracic spine, so spinal twists, spinal rotations and spinal mobility. In pole, you do a lot of holding the pole with your upper body and your lower body is in a different direction. You are moving it one way to the top of your torso. So this is really good for that thoracic spinal rotation. We are going to be doing quite a slow sequence, but it's going to be strong. And it's going to be, like I say, really opening up those hips, hip flexors, and the mobility of your hip and thoracic spine. So here I am cross-legged. So I was just in a standard cross-leg position, but I'm going to have my legs like this because it means that both my glutes are really touching the ground and my hips are open. We're going to start with some shoulder rolls, nice deep inhales here, nice large circles, using those shoulders, squeezing those shoulder blades, engaging that chest. Nice inhales and exhales. After that, we're going to put our arm across our body. Now we want that shoulder to be back so we get the stretch in that tricep and shoulder. Using your other hand, you're going to push against your arm, feeling that stretch. Nice inhale, exhale, keeping that shoulder nice below your ears, pushing back with your other arm. Up and over stretch, so we're going to use those triceps here, pushing down with our other arm. Nice chest opening. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do the other side. Hands on your knees. We're going to go nice and deep into some sitting circles. Now this is great for those hip flexors. As long as you're grounded, your glutes are grounded, your knees are nice and relaxed, and you feel like your hips are sort of flopped or dropped out. Nice inhales. We're going to do 3 on one side and about 3 on the other side. Really think about the circle, the hips, how nice your back is feeling now. It's slowly releasing. It's like you can get a bit bigger in those circles. You can start off small and they can get bigger. Really push down with your palms towards your knees for that depth. So we're going to push our palm into our knee and we're going to look over that shoulder. The chest here is not collapsed, it's still open. You should get a nice stretch down the side of your torso. And again there, looking over the shoulder. Hips nice and open in your cross-leg position. We're going to place the hands behind us, fingertips facing forward, engaging that chest. Don't collapse it, really push it to the ceiling. You can release your neck, your head, if you feel comfortable enough. Really drive into those palms to the floor. Inhale here, exhale. We're going to fold over our cross legs. Again, engage that chest. We don't want rounding of the spine. We want the shoulder blades to feel like they're still engaged. They're squeezing towards each other. Nice inhale, walking the hands slowly back. We're going to inhale here, arms above our heads, and we're going to place one hand on the opposite knee and one hand directly behind our back. It wants to feel like it's running along our spine, that hand that's behind our back. You can come up onto your fingertips here for that nice height, and keep that chest open again. Don't collapse. So we're going to inhale, exhale, and then we're going to inhale up, arms above our heads, palms together, opposite hand to opposite knee. Use that hand and knee as an anchor, and then that chest wants to face forward, really opening with the hand behind us, running along our spine. This is the thoracic spinal twists we're going to be doing throughout this sequence. We're going to walk the legs out because they're probably a bit stiff now we've sat cross-legged. Give them a good shake. We're going to flex our feet, get that ankle mobility. I'm quite upright here, I'm not collapsed into myself. I'm quite upright in my sitting. Alright, so I'm going to cross my legs now, and this time I've put my left foot forward. But you might have done, that was my weaker side, what I was just on, and this is my stronger side. So I feel more comfortable in this cross-leg position. But I'm just again doing the shoulder rolls because I'm going to do everything now we just did on this side. So we've crossed our legs to the other side. Nice deep shoulder rolls. Don't forget to inhale. We're going to have that arm over our chest, shoulder back, shoulder down. Inhale, exhale, pull the arm across your chest, shoulder back and shoulder down. Inhaling, exhaling, pulling with the other arm. Above our heads, get that tricep stretch, down the centre of our back, nice open chest, nice straight back. Other side. Now I'm going to do my hip circles again on this side. This side feels better for me. It might feel a bit difficult for you depending on what side is your good or bad side. And we're just going to go nice and deep with these circles. Inhaling, exhaling, really feeling those hip flexors engage as we circle around. Using your hands on your knees for good direction. Stay grounded at the glutes. I'm leaning now with my palm on my knee. I'm pushing it away from me. My chest is still forward, looking over that shoulder. The other side, I'm feeling that stretch in my side of my torso, looking over my shoulder. I'm going to place my hands behind my back, fingertips facing forward, and lift that chest, really pushing through those palms. Nice inhale, exhale, as I forward fold over my crossed legs. Engage those shoulder blades, squeeze them together, and engage that chest as well, so you're not rounding at the spine. Walking your hands back. We're going to inhale, arms above our heads, palms together, opposite hand, opposite knee. That arm wants to run along the spine that's behind you, and use your other arm as an anchor on your knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, arms all the way above our head, opposite hand, opposite knee, chest forward, shoulders down so they're not by your ears. Nice straight back. So I'm going to walk my feet out again, give them a nice little shake, give them a little bit of a wake up because we've had them crossed, and I'm going to flex my feet again, get that ankle mobility working. When you're doing pole, you spend quite a lot of time on your tiptoes, so it's really good to keep those ankle mobility going. Untuck your sitting bones. That's my bum. I untuck it, so I'm really grounded. Feet flat, shoulder width apart. Hands behind, facing forward, fingertips facing forward. Engage that chest. We're going to hip thrust and lift all the way up. Engage those glutes to support your lower back. Drive through your heels here. Drive through your palms. Chest up, glutes squeezed. Inhaling and exhaling, hold. Lower your glutes back down between your hands. And we're going to inhale, arms above our heads. And we're going to forward fold over here, so hips, shoulder blades back, chest forward. Don't want that. You don't want to arch your back. You don't want the rounding. You want that absolute hip hinge. It's okay if you can't go too deep here. Just relax into yourself. With each breath, you can go a little bit deeper. Okay, we're going to come back, feet facing the floor so they're nice and flat, hip width apart, hands behind us, fingertips facing forward. Drive those heels, drive those palms, lift that chest, squeeze those glutes. Nice strong bridge. Release your neck and head if you feel comfortable. Now we're going to exhale, lowering back down between our hands. We're going to inhale, arms above our heads, palms together. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Nice chest engaged. Inhaling, exhaling. You want to feel those hamstrings. You should be woken up now with the bridge and the folding. Go that little bit deeper if you can. I'm just checking now to make sure the video is still working. And I think that's a good one. Feet at the end of the mat. You want them now shoulder width, so they're wider than your hips, but you want your heels really driving down here. So we're lowering down onto our backs. Get comfortable. You want to be able to touch your ankles a little bit, so that width apart from you. We're going to drop the knees into each other. This is going to help the impingements of the hips, so the inward hip rotations. And you want your core to be belly button driving to the floor, shoulders really relaxed. Then we're going to come up onto the sides of our feet and we're going to drop the knees open. So we're going to go in, drop the knees together, flat feet. And then we're going to go outwards, dropping the knees apart on the sides of our feet. Remember to be on your feet here. Drive those heels down. Drop the knees together. And then on the sides of your feet, drop the knees apart. This is great for hip mobility. It's subtle, but it's really good. So now we're going to keep our feet that shoulder width apart, and we're going to drop the knees in the same direction. So we drop, come to the center. We are not lifting the glute up. We are not lifting the back up. We are literally just using those hips. So you can see not much of my back is coming off the mat. It's a real hip drive. So you don't want that. You don't want this. You want to stay where you were. Nice. Feet flat, shoulder width, driving those hips. That's it. They're staying put. Feet together now. We're going to drop the knees outwards. We're going to try and relax and release here. So shoulders down, grounded. Core, belly button driving to the floor. Hips releasing. Knees dropped out. Butterfly here. So again, we're doing the hip drive, but the feet stay together and one knee drops to the floor and the other one follows. Again, we do not want to lift the back from the mat. We just want those hips to move, the mobility of the hips flowing from one side to the other. Keeping your feet together. Look the opposite way to where you're dropping your knees. Bringing your knees up now, we are tucking. We are going to wrap our hands around our shins and tuck ourselves in. This releases the back. Nice shoulders into the back of the mat, belly button driving down. Grabbing hold of one knee, one shin, we're going to pull that in whilst the other leg extends out. Keep a flexed foot because you want the back of that knee, that the leg is extended out, to feel like it's trying to touch the mat, so you get that space. Flex the foot. You want the space there, so the more you drive in, holding the knee, tucking the knee in towards you, and then extending away, you get the space created in that hip area. And flexing the foot just helps the back of the knee of the leg that's being extended to give you that space. We're going to take one knee now, tucked in, with the leg straight. Extend the arm out, shoulders to the ground, shoulders to the mat. We're going to then take the back of the knee with the hand, and this is a thoracic spinal twist. This is meant to release the lower back. Engage your core here though, so it supports your back. And hold. Deep breaths. Looking the way your hands are. Slowly coming back up to the center. I'm going to tuck with both legs, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to keep one leg tucked into me, one leg extended. I'm going to take one arm out and look towards the arm that's out. Shoulder blades down, core tucked in. Using the back of my hand, back of my knee, sorry, with the hand, and slowly twisting. Release the lower back. Inhale and exhale. Again, you don't have to go straight into it. The slower you go with the breaths, the deeper you can go into it. If you find this quite difficult, if you're a bit sticky in the back, take your time. Slowly coming back up to center. Tuck those knees in just to counteract the pose we just did. Now we're going to make a T shape with the hands, with the arms. We're going to do again another twist. This time though, both feet are going in that direction. Hold this here. Your knees want to be in about a 90-degree angle. We're going to bring the arm over to meet the other hand. and then exhale back. Extend the top leg, holding it at the back of your hamstring. You'll feel the stretch in your hamstring here. Back to center slowly, tuck, just to counteract. 90-degree legs, T-shaped arms. We're going to lower down to the other side, facing the hand away from us. Nice inhales and exhales here. We're going to bring the arm over to meet the other hand and lower back down, facing the arm. Extend that top leg, grab it with the back of the hamstring with your hand and feel the stretch in the hamstring. Slowly coming back to the centre and have a little tuck. Just give that back a bit of support. I'm just checking again that the camera is still filming. Look at it. So now we're going to warm up those glutes. We're going to give them a nice deep stretch. So I'm going to place my ankle on my knee across. I'm going to put my hand through the gap here and grab the shin of the other leg. Now I am all lying down. My back is down, my shoulders are down. Don't bring your head towards this stretch. Keep yourself flat, but just slowly, gradually bring your legs more towards you. You can push the leg out a little bit with your elbow. So the one that's crossed over, bringing that down. We're going to do the same on the other side. Make sure your pelvis is nice. Put that ankle on that knee or across that knee, through the loop. This hand meets it, interlace your fingers and bring yourself together. Nice deep breaths. You feel that stretch in the glute. Lowering down slowly. We're going to do another glute stretch, pretty much the same thing. So across, we're going to place the hand through the gap, but this time we're extending the leg and we're taking the back of the knee. You can push that elbow into that leg on the other side, and then it kind of just deepens that stretch a little bit. Other side, so ankle across, extend leg, interlace fingers, grab the back of the knee pit, bring everything together. The more you squeeze towards yourself, the deeper the stretch is, so take your time with it. Breathe into it. Lowering everything down. We're going to place the feet together. We're going to drop the knees out. Shoulders are down, core, belly button, everything is grounding towards the mat. My hands are out, my hands are facing the floor just to give me a little bit of help. So we're going to squeeze those glutes and lift up and lower down. Squeezing those glutes, we're then going to release. Keep those legs dropped out as much as you can, so the knees are dropped out. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. That really helps the hip flexor build a bit of resistance. squeeze, hold, and release. Just give yourself a little shake out here. Okay, feet down, drive through those heels again, place them nicely, drive through that belly button, shoulders down. We're going to squeeze the glutes again, we're going to hip thrust up. This time my hands are more beside me and I'm then lifting them with the rising of my hips. So I inhale and then I exhale. Every part of my spine makes contact with the mat again as I come down. And those feet are really pushed through and those glutes are really being squeezed. Keep going with these. Nice deep breaths, inhaling, nice exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. You use your hips a lot in pole. You drive them forward a lot, especially in spins. They need to be what drives you forward. So we're going to interlace the fingers underneath us, really getting that chest. So that chest needs to be really engaged, pointing up. Sitting on your hands here. You want those arms to be slightly underneath you, so that chest is really risen. Using your hands, support your lower back, top of glute. Okay, coming up, you're using your elbows here and your back of your head. Extend your leg up, nice stretch. I love this stretch. Making shapes like this is going to build foundations for pole. So really holding the back of your lower back and your glute, top of your glutes with your hands here. You're extending the leg towards you, then up. Nice breaths here. Nice pointy toes. Slowly take one hand away and the other and slowly come back down. We're going to tuck those legs in towards us. Counteract that pose, support the back. So, legs up, flex feet, feel that stretch. We're going to lower one leg, extend it away from us with a flexed foot and a pointy foot on the way up. Flex down, pointy up. Tuck that core in, hold that core. If you need to put your hands under your bum, that's fine, but let's try very hard to try and support ourselves with the core. So nice flex foot down and a nice pointy toe up. Flex foot down, pointy toe up. Keep going with these. You can do as many as you like of these. You can pause this and just do as many as you like. It's so good for your core. It's so good to stretch those hip flexors away from you. It's building memory. Hold those legs up. This is called legs up against the wall, and this is really good for circulation. Also, it makes your hamstrings burn. So feet together. I've kind of put my hands through that gap, and I'm supporting my heels with my hands here. My knees are dropped out again. All my back is grounded to the mat. Shoulders are down. I'm in a diamond position. So this is called baby pose. Again, the hands are going through and are then grabbing the heels. This is really good for if you can't split. This is a great way. This is a bit like the frog pose, but it's on your back. I love yoga on your back. I mean, we've just done nearly 35 minutes of yoga on our backs. I mean, that's brilliant. So you're just holding this pose. You're going to feel that stretch in your hamstrings, in your glutes, in your hips here. You can take this wider, you can take it smaller, you can just breathe into this, but we are going to hold it. Poses like this are worth the hold. That's how you get better at them, is the hold. So I try to hold a big pose, like this is what I would call a big pose, for 30 seconds. Just counteracting that again by supporting my hands on my heels and then tucking. I'm going to rock now. My hands are placed behind my knee pits and I'm going to do a rock because we're going to do some shoulder stands. But what I like to do, you can see here, my knees are going towards my forehead. Okay, and then we're going to hold and support that back. So there we go. My knees are on my head. Not too heavy, don't hurt yourself. It's just there for contact and slightly positioning. I'm just wiggling, so I'm getting my support. And then I'm just going to extend one leg at a time behind me. Tapping the toe. This kind of shoulder stands are a good way, I think, to get that memory for inverts. We might have not worked through inverts on the pole yet, but we will be soon. And so these are, I think, a great way because your hips are above you, and that's generally what an invert is. Take your arms out behind you. My legs are both now extended. You can tuck your toes here for a deeper stretch, or your toes can just face the floor. Support your back. Stretch out, adjust yourself as much as you need to. I'm now going straight up, feet pointed up, glutes are squeezed, core is squeezed, knees down, toes touch. Pike, this is a pike, so we're going to have our feet together, we're going to come straight back up into that shoulder stand, knees down, feet down, hold it. Bring the feet together. We are in our pike, straight up with those legs. Feet together, straight up from the pike, shoulder stand, knees down. Feet together, pike, and straight up. Support your back with that core. Deep breaths with these movements, holding this if you can. Now this is difficult, but it's just you basically doing the pike, but your feet are relaxed and you're holding the backs of your hands. You don't have to do this one if you don't want to. Slowly coming down with that core, slowly bringing those legs down, vertebrae by vertebrae hitting the mats. Tuck, counteract, deep breaths, support your back. A little rock, that makes you feel nice. Lie flat, rest. Say thanks to your body. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Go back and do the bits you can, and yeah, well done. See you guys.